Okay, this is the continuation of the computer software exercise one working with productivity applications. On step one, connect to PLB 110. Okay, then double click OpenOffice 4.1.1 application on the desktop. Okay, okay, and step two, on the OpenOffice 4.1.1 screen, click Spreadsheet. Okay, on step three, from the OpenOffice Calc application window, click Open in the toolbar. Okay, on step 4, on the Open dialog box, ensure that you are in this PC. Okay, then download folder path. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're gonna go click on sample WB2. Okay, okay, so moving on to step 5, sample WB2 spreadsheet file opens. Please note that correcting the entries in this spreadsheet file is not the objective of the task. You will simply edit the file and save it. Right-click the Gas Mileage Tracker tab and select Insert Sheet. Okay. Okay, moving on to the next step. 6 is from the Insert Sheet dialog box, select the After Current Sheet option. Okay, then click OK. Okay, moving on to step 7. Click in cell A1, type the following. Let's just copy it and paste it if it will work. So I guess we just need to type it. Item number. Then press enter. Okay. Moving on to step 8. Input the rest of the entries as follows. Cell B1. Description. Okay, then cell C1. Price in USD. Okay. Cell A2 is 100. Okay. Cell B2 LED monitor. Cell C2 40. Hold on, I have a correction over here. Okay, here is 40. Cell A3 150. cell B3, cell A5, total. Then move to cell pointer to cell 5, cell C5. Okay, moving on. So, okay, on step 9. In cell C5, enter the following simple formula. You're just gonna copy this. Okay, so in cell C5, enter the following simple formula. Okay, base. Okay, okay. Okay, this is the wrong button. Okay, C2 plus C3. C3. Okay, then press enter. So it's 160. Okay. Okay, moving on to step 10. A simple calculation returns the sum of cells C2 and C3, which is now shown on cell C5. Click File and Save As. Okay. On step 11, from the Save As dialog box, ensure that you are in this PC. Note, select Downloads. Okay. Access the Save As type drop this and select Microsoft Excel. Okay. Excel 97 hash 2000 hash XP hash XLS. Microsoft Excel 97. So I guess this is the. Let's read this once again. Microsoft Excel 7 2000 XP XLS. Okay. Then click save. Okay, alert if you prompted to save formatting. Please select keep current format. Okay. Moving on to step 12. To save the spreadsheet file in another format, click File and select Save As. Okay, moving on to step 13. In the Save As dialog box, access the Save As type drop-down list and choose ODF spreadsheet .ods. Okay. Okay, so let's redo this. Okay, so this is the ODS. So let's just hit save. Okay, moving on to step 14. Close OpenOffice Calc when the file is saved. Okay, let's just close it. Okay, moving on to the next page. Okay, on exercise 2. Create a database with OpenOffice Base. OpenOffice Base is Apache's personal relational database management application. Base is an object-oriented database that lets you work within the program by manipulating objects for each object that you work with. Base has defined properties. Understanding the object's properties and relationships between other bases objects helps in making the most out of this database management application. The objects that you work with Base are tables, queries, forms, and reports. Base follows the relational database model where data elements are represented in a series of rows and columns similar to a spreadsheet. Each row in a table is an additional record, and each column consists of one field of the table. An example is a customer table that contains columns name, last name, first name, address, city, state, country, and zip code considered as fields. A record placed in each row is an entry that matches each field in the table. With relational databases, there are different tables that contain related data. For instance, customer table mention relates to a table that contains the quantity, items, descriptions of merchandise purchased by a customer. You can establish relationships between tables based on a common field. Queries are questions asked about the tables in a database to obtain specific data or to make changes to the data after data entry in the database. It is common to ask questions to retrieve specific information. For example, what items were purchased by this customer? With the last name Smith in OpenOffice Calc, these types of questions are possible with the creation of queries. Forms provide that the interface to view existing records or to add new records to a table in a query, while a tabular layout data presented by a table may suffice for viewing records in large databases. Using forms provides ease in viewing individual records. The objective with a relational database management system is to create reports better in printed form or non-screen format. Base provides flexibility in terms of reporting that it offers with forms like forms reports can show data from a single table or they can be relational. They can provide subsets of data or provide overall summaries. In this exercise, you will create a sample database by creating a table and form. To learn more about creating databases, OpenOffice Base, please refer to your course material or use your favorite search engine to research for more information about this topic. So, learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you will be able to install Java Runtime Environment, create a table, create a form in design view, enter a record in the form, your devices. You will be using the following devices in this exercise. Please power on this on now. PLA BTC01 Windows Server 2019 Domain Controller. Okay, as you can see, it's already powered on. The next one is PLA B110. Okay, Windows 10 Pro Workstation. Task 1. Install Java Runtime Environment. To be able to use OpenOffice-based applications Java Runtime, JRE must be installed. In this task, you will install Java Runtime Environment, JRE. Step 1, connect to PLA V110 and launch Internet Explorer. Okay, we are already connected to PLA V110. Okay, so moving on. Okay, on step 2. On the Tools and Resources intranet page, click Tools. Okay, moving on. So let's just click this one. Okay, on step 3, on the that Tools page, scroll down and click Utilities. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, on step 4, at the Tools Utilities page, scroll down and locate JRE 8U31 Windows i586.exe. JRE 8U31 Windows i586.exe. Okay, so let's click run. Okay, so moving on to step 5. On the welcome to Java screen, click install. Okay, moving on to step 6. Please wait while Java installs on the computer. Okay, so click close when Java reports ins successful installation. Okay, moving on to step 7. Close Internet Close Internet Explorer and other open windows. Okay, moving on to task 2. Create a table. One of the basic building blocks of a database is a table. A table is composed of columns that contain field names such as employees, ID number, and rows that contain the records such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that refers to an employee's number, ID number. In this task, you will design a table that will have a few columns for holding field names. So step 1, connect to PLAB Win10. Okay, so double click OpenOffice 4.1.1 icon in the desktop. Okay, step 2, click Database from the OpenOffice screen. Okay, moving on to step 3, from the Welcome to OpenOffice Database Wizard page, click Next. Step 4, on the decide how to proceed after saving the database page, accept the default settings and click Finish. Okay, so step 5, on the Save As dialog box, select the Downloads folder. Type over the entry in the file name box with the following: Okay, so let's set this. Can't seem to face it. So let's just go type it manually. Okay. So let's just go click save. Okay. So moving on to step 6. So step 6, from the OpenOffice base, highlight tables from the database pane on the left. Then on the task pane, click create table in design view. Okay. Okay, moving on. Okay, so step 7, from the table design window, input the following values in field name type EMP ID. Can't seem to fix it. So let's just type it manually. Okay, in the field type, select integer in the description box. Type unique employee ID number. Okay, moving on to the next step is we're gonna go click on integer, right? So integer in the description box. So in the description, we will need to input unique employee ID. Okay, so it's not capitalized, so just gonna go for the red small letters. Okay. Okay, moving on. On step 8, go to the field properties pane below and use the following values. So auto value, yes. Okay, so moving on to step 9. Okay, go back to the field name column and click the cell under MID. Type the following information in the field name. Type last name. Okay, so just gonna go. Okay, so let's just click the under the inf ID. Type the following information. So in the field type last name. Okay, so in the field type in the text bar chart is auto selected. In the description box, type employee last name. Okay, moving on to step 10. Access the field properties pane. Change entry required to yes. Field property. So okay, moving on to it. So we're just gonna go click on yes. So let's just check that. Okay, so let's just click yes. Okay. Okay, moving on to step 11. Go back to field name column and click under last name. Type the following information in the field Name, column type, first name. Okay. Also, there's no space. Apologies about that. Okay. In the field type, sex bar chart is auto-selected in the description sex box type employee first name. Okay. On step 12. Step 12. So go to the field properties section and use the following settings. Entry required, yes. Okay. Okay, so step 13. Go back to the field name column and click under the first name. Type date hired. Okay, so in the field type, choose date. Date. Okay, so in the description box, type employee hire date. Okay, so on step 14, access the field properties section. Use the following settings. Enter required. So yes. Okay, so on step 15, go back to the field name column and click under the date hired. Use the following information. So let's type salary. Okay. In the field type, choose the number numeric. Then let's type on the description box employee salary. Okay, moving on to step 16. Go to the field properties, change entry required to yes. Okay. Okay, on step 17, find the sample field names, field type, and description for this new table. Then click the save icon on the toolbar to save this table. Okay, so let's just save it. Click the save icon on the toolbar and save this table. Okay. On step 18, in the Save As dialog box, type employees. Okay, then click OK. Okay, on step 19, select the File tab and click Close. Okay, so keep open up space open. Then task 3, create form in design view. To enter data in the table, you need to create a form. The form is the interface where a user can enter data in a table in a database object. So in this task, you will create a form using Wizard that will walk you through the process of creating a basic form. So step 1, ensure that you're connected to PLAB110 and OpenOffice is open. So back in sample db1.odb window, click on Forms in the left pane. In the task pane, click Use Wizard to create form. Okay, step 1, ensure that you're connected to PLAB110 and OpenOffice is open. Back in the sample ODB windows, okay. In the task pane, click Use Wizard to create form. User click create form. Okay, so click this. Okay, moving on. Okay, this I guess we did it right. This time so. And step 2, and select the fields of your form under available fields. Select EMFID and click. So step 2, select the fields of form. Click. Okay. Okay, step 3, to add the other field under available fields, click the double. Okay. Find all the fields added. So I guess we'll just go and click next. So in step 4, from decide if you want to set up a subform, click next. Okay, moving on step 5. In arrange the controls on your form, go to arrangement of your main form and choose the first button below. So let's click next. Okay, on step 6, from select data entry mode, accept the default setting and click next. So let's just hit next. Okay, so moving on. Step 7, from the apply the style of your form page, click next to accept the settings. Okay, so from the set name of the form, click finish. Okay, so moving on to task 4, enter a record in the form. In this task, you will enter a record using the form created in the earlier activity. So step 1, ensure that you're connected to VLAB110. So an office space is open. Employees form appears. This is where you can start entering data and populate the employees table created in task 3. So step 2, for this example, use the following information in the last name, type Smith. Okay, let's type Smith. Okay, and the first name, John. In the date hired, type 01/02/2010. Salary will be 5,000. Click Save Record button located below in the form. Okay, so moving forward to step 3. Select the File tab and click close the employees form. Okay, on step 4, you are back on the Open Office base screen. Click the Save icon on the toolbar. Okay. Exit Open Office base by clicking on the Close button. Okay, moving on to the next page. On exercise 3, create PDF files with Foxit. Okay, Portable Document Format PDF is a file format that enables you to present, print, and annotate documents independent of the operating system. Hardware or software versions converting documents to PDF ensures their security and reliability during on electronic exchange. Various types of data processing file formats, including text, spreadsheets, presentations, web pages, and multimedia. Formats can be converted to PDF. PDF is an open standard and many PDF viewers and creators converters are available as pre-downloads for single or enterprise-wide deployment. You can also select form a range fade converters from various vendors. In this exercise, you will use to pre-PDF viewers and pre-software to create a PDF file. To get a better understanding of this technology, please refer to your course material or use your preferred search engine to research this topic in more detail. So, learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you will be able to download and install Foxit PDF Reader, create a PDF with Foxit Reader. Your devices, you will be using the following devices in this exercise. Please power on this now. So, let's power on PLABDC01, 01, okay. And the second one is PLAB Win 10, Windows 10 Pro Workstation, okay. Okay, task 1, download and install Foxit PDF Reader. Foxit Reader is a PDF viewer available as pre-download. The application offers a small file size, thereby giving minimal footprint in on this storage. Foxit Readers enable you to convert as well as process your documents in PDF format. Similarly, you can use Qt PDF Writer, a pre-download applications to convert a process various file formats as PDF. In this task, you will download and install Foxit PDF Reader on plan PLAB Win 10. Step 1, connect to PLAB Win 10. Okay, so click the Internet Explorer icon on the taskbar. Okay, on step 2, on the Tools and Resources page, click Tools. Okay, so step 3, on the Tools web page, scroll down and click Miss. So let's look for Miss. Okay, found it. Okay, on step 4, the Tools Miss page, scroll down and click Foxit Reader 706.1126 and new setup.exe. 6126 and new setup.exe. Okay, so let's click run. Display in the bottom of the screen. Okay. Okay, on step 5, from the setup Foxit Reader setup wizard page, click next. Okay, step 6, on the license agreement page, check that the I accept the agreement radio button is selected, then click next. Step 7, on the Select Destination Location page, keep the default specifications and click Next. Step 8, on the Select Components page, select the Word plugin PPT plugin and Excel plugin checkboxes. Keep all other default selections and click Next. Let's go and hit that and click Next. Okay, on step 9, on the select additional task page, keep the default selections and click Next. Okay, step 10, on the safe reading mode setting page, keep the default setting and click Next. Okay, and step 11, on the ready to install page, verify the installation settings and click Next. Okay, let's just wait that for it to load. Okay, moving on to step 12, please wait while the installation is in progress. On the completing page, click Finish when the installation is complete. Okay, step 13, on the Foxit Reader registration dialog box, click Not Now. Okay. On step 14, a message box indicates that Foxit Reader is not the default PDF reader. Clear the Always Perform this checkbox. Check when starting Foxit Reader box, then click Next. Okay, on step 15, click OK on the to change your default apps. Go to Settings, Apps, Default Apps message. So keep the Foxit Open Reader. So task 2, create a PDF with Foxit Reader. In this task, you will use Foxit Reader to create a simple PDF document on PLAB Win 10. Step 1, ensure that you are connected to PLAB Win 10. And Foxit Reader is open. Click the file tab. Okay, step 2, on the File tab, select Create on the left navigation pane. Okay, moving on to step 3. Under the Create Blank PDF section, click Blank. So moving on to step 4. Click the typewriter icon on the option ribbon under the Home button. Home tab. So let's click on typewriter and the typewriter icon. The Home button. Click in the working area of the window and type the following line. Okay, so let's type this is a test PDF document from Foxit. Okay, moving on to step 6. Click the save icon. So, save it. Okay, moving on to step 7. On the Save As dialog box, click in the file name and type ploves PDF document. Then let's click save. Okay. Okay, step 8. Click the close button on the top right corner to close the Foxit Reader window. So close Windows Explorer and Internet Explorer. Okay, so that's it.